I'm Patrick Haynes, the Sports Information Assistant here at West Virginia Wesleyan. I'm here with head basketball coach Bill Lilly, and this is Coach's Corner. Coach, a couple weeks ago, you beat Bluefield State, and you had a great overtime win against Shepherd for 2 consecutive home wins. Could you tell us a little bit about those 2 games?
Yeah, honestly, Patrick, I think we're starting to get healthy now to some extent. We've gone an entire season with, if you go back from the very beginning, Dominic Neiman being out, Nevin Zaravesha with the ankle injury, the shoulder injury even from the year before, and the surgery slowed him down. Hunter with the head injury, and then the rib injury, then Caldwell now playing with a broken hand. But also those guys starting to get a little bit healthy, and we're starting to get a little better. But it's still a long haul, and it's a brutal time of the year, and everyone's going through that stretch now of 3 games a week, and they're hanging in there. And it's a good time of the year to get healthy. You get healthy in February and win games late, then we forget about the rest of it sometimes.
One of my later questions was actually about how healthy your team was getting, so kind of cover that base. Played AB last year, played against them really, really well in a home game. Did the exact same thing this year, but AB's always a great team. You guys always seem to play really well against them. You got some secret to playing AB?
Secret's not too good. We haven't beaten AB in all those stretches too, but you're right. You know what? Here's, to me again, it's a late game. We all prepare the same way to some extent. Everyone has an idea of how they want to play someone. And it's just league games in February. To me, they're all one-possession games. Take away the D&E game over there where D&E made 18 threes. But besides that, everyone knows how to play everybody else, or at least has a plan for them. And then the big thing is convincing your kids that this is what we got to do to win. And last night, we couldn't. The difference in that game last night. Let me throw the question back to you. Can I do that?
Sure.
What was the difference in last night's game? You're sitting on the outside looking in now. Tell me. This is a great Coach's Corner, isn't it?
Putting the pressure on me now.
Yes, I am.
I think it was really free throws. Ergel hit all of his free throws last night, and then down the stretch, Board hit a couple free throws as well. We weren't really getting to the line at all, and they kind of pulled away there late in the second half.
Okay, now I'm gonna throw it back at you. I don't remember the box entirely. I think we got to the line 32 times last night, and they got to the line 14 or 15. So that takes yours away from it. You know what? We get in situations where we stay in front of them for 20 seconds of the possession. They start to dribble weave. They find a mismatch. We've got a couple different guys right there who aren't as good defending off the drive. Everyone picks us out and finds that weakness right now. We've got to get 5 guys being able to defend off the dribble at all times. And to me, it was 10:30 to go in the game. It's 53-50 or 51-48, but it was a 3-point game. They get 4 offensive rebounds in a row. That's what they do best. AB rebounds the basketball on the offensive board. They send 4 to get it. We had balls bouncing at our feet, at our ankles. And it was like, someone else got to get it. I can't get it. That was the one possession. It was like, after that, it goes from, I think it was 53-50, because the next thing I know, it's 60-50. And we finally get back to the line again, get a free throw. So it was in that stretch of about 2 possessions where we let that thing bounce 4 times on the floor and couldn't get the rebound. And that was the one.
I do remember that possession, and that's why you're the coach and I'm on the other side of the table. Just a couple. Did you realize that you've had 2 players this year broken 1,000 points in their career?
Learned that today.
Caldwell broke 1,000 points
Right.
in the Wheeling Jesuit game, and Honer broke it last night in the AB game. 2 very quality players for Honer for a long time, Caldwell for a couple of years.
Sure, 2 good players in the league, do a lot of great things for us. Didn't really know that until today, but we'll pat them on the back and tell them, hey, we'll celebrate that thing at the end.
Right.
But those guys do a great job, and at some point in time they'll be gone and out of here, and someone else will replace them. But those 2 guys will be missed when their time is up.
Well, just talking about your 2 wins against Shepherd and Bluefield, Nevin was a real big part of that. He had 25 points and 16 rebounds against Bluefield. He had 19 points and 19 rebounds against Shepherd, and he put up 21 points last night against AB. He's been playing really well since he came back from his injuries.
Yeah, here's the deal with Nevin. If you guys remember this now, we went on a string of 8 out of 9, I think, about the middle of the conference season last year. About this time we're into that mix. And he separates his shoulder up here. I can't remember what game it was. Was it Wheeling, West Lib, West Virginia State? I can't remember what it was. We lose 5 out of 6 after he gets hurt, but he plays through it now. Came back this year, has a good preseason, works hard, gets himself ready to go. And then in practice out here, gets the ankle sprain, which knocks him out for about a month. He's coming back from that, starting to get healthy. You could see him in practice to the point where you kind of knew he was always the best big in the league, or we feel like he's the best big player in the league. And he just never was able to bounce, to accelerate, to do the things he was doing before he got hurt a year ago. So he's just now getting to the point where he was this time a year ago prior to the injury when we kind of collapsed at the end. That's the good sign. Now the bad sign is you got to watch him in foul trouble. If you look last night again, you mentioned 21 last night.
Yeah.
Was he like 9 for 11 from the floor, 9 for 12 from the floor? Played 21 minutes. Now if we can keep him from getting that second foul in the first half and keep his tail in on the floor, and that game can be a different game last night as well.
Yeah.
But that's the issue now. He's always kind of had that history. There's going to be one crazy foul that gives him his second, and we've got to sit him for a little bit. Somewhere we got to defend better outside to allow him that freedom of not picking up that second foul to where he has to sit in the first half, and then he gets the third quick one early in the second half, and then you got to start going offense defense with him a little bit. But they didn't have an answer to be able to stop him when we get him the basketball last night. That's kind of the way it's been around the league here recently too.
Well, he was all conference last year, and him definitely being on the floor. They have to change their game plan, really makes your team better because it takes some pressure off your players on the outside, gets Caldwell open from the outside,
Right.
lets people drive.
He makes us better. He buys space for the perimeter players. He gets Hunter chances to look with his feet set. He gets Caldwell the same thing. He makes Dom now a better player because he's never going to draw doubles inside. To me, we got the best two bigs in the league too. When you go down from top to bottom, now you got to get them healthy and you got to have them on the floor at the same time. You got to have a lot of things going, but people can't match up with us inside. It's just we've got to take care of it better in transition. We've got to be able to defend it better off the dribble. Don't have to rely so much on playing zones because sometimes zones create space and D&E does what D&E did to us. So it's kind of for us a race to get the lead. If we can get a lead, we can stay big. If we can't get a lead, someone else gets a lead. We've got to go small to match them, and that takes away our strength.
You got Salem and OVU in your next couple games. What are your expectations for those two games?
Hey, we've got to come in every night ready to go to war to some extent, and got to be ready to play every night. And I know what you're thinking. But remember, we're down in the same situation too, trying to battle like crazy to keep ourselves out of a cellar or a low seed. At the same time, that whole league is so bunched from like 7 down to 15, 16, that we're 2 wins out of being in 6th or 7th, or 7th or 8th place actually is what it is. But you got to come every night as though it's the next with the Pistons and get your work done, get out of the building afterwards, and not look back and not look ahead to the next one until the next one's here.
All right, well, you guys have been playing well. You got your team healthy. Good luck with your next couple games, and thanks for sitting in for this Coach's Corner.
Sure enough. Thank you for having me.